foundation was set, the plans were laid out. Spring volleyball in the Big Ten, nothing like it that we've ever seen in the past. But just like everybody else around the country in collegiate athletics who have been grateful to play their sports, all these women here in the Big Ten are unbelievably excited to get this season underway. And it's a season for Rutgers here, a new era for the Scarlet Knights. First-year head coach Caitlin Schweihofer in her home debut here. The Rutgers, they started their season last weekend dropping a couple of contests to Northwestern on the road. But now the Scarlet Knights here have a chance to start the home portion of this schedule with a couple of wins as they take on Indiana and head coach Steve Aird. Well, if there's one thing you can always say about Steve Aird and his teams is that they recruit incredibly well. He did it at Maryland. He brought in the 15th ranked recruiting class here at Indiana. It's a very young team, but they got off to a pretty good start last weekend. They pushed the 5th ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers to a couple of close results. And Caitlin Schweihofer hoping to do the opening set here in the home opener for Rutgers and the debut here inside the barn for new head coach Caitlin Schweihofer. And there's Kamila Cieslik. Is unsuccessful in her first couple of tries, but she's got her first kill. And Kamila, who is starting to get the load that she had her freshman year, where she was one of the most exciting freshmen in the Big Ten, and expected to have a big role here now, a couple of years later in her senior season. Indiana goes back to Edwards, and she delivers. Somebody who's got a great mental view of the game at the center position. Cieslik that time hammering it as she's starting to find the range. Kamila Cieslik, the senior from Knoxville, Tennessee. And Cieslik just 94 kills last year and 52 sets played, but under now new head coach Caitlin Schweihofer, it does appear right out of the gate that Kamila is going to get a lot more of the attacks that she had similar to her freshman season. And it's Edwards again, that time coming through the middle. Mary Kay Painter said she was incredibly excited to learn about coach coming to Rutgers, saw the opportunity to come here as well. Edwards, nothing doing there. Now far side, Chidi with the dig. Cieslik turning defense into offense for the Scarlet Knights. And Rutgers has been able to take Indiana and their hitting percentage under 300, and now the Scarlet Knights above 230 here as the tide is starting to shift. In program history. Once again, Minnesota and Wisconsin got to the Final Four. The Badgers got to the national championship. Cieslik's got another kill. And it was yet another banner year for the Big 10 Conference. In a sport that its popularity is growing exponentially. And I think folks at home know that when they're watching Big 10 volleyball, they're watching the best of the best. Couple of young teams here scrapping for what could be some big seasons for both of them. Back set, running right. Maksimova. Another long rally here. Kojadinovic able to put it home. Again, second long rally of this first set. Indiana claimed the first. That time Rutgers was able to just stay in system long enough to find the open look. And that time Indiana just forgot about Kojadinovic, the one person you can't forget about here on this Rutgers team. Kojadinovic and Cieslik with 4 kills apiece here in the opening set for Rutgers as they're trying to put up a last stand here in the first set. Edwards from the middle, it got through everybody. We talk about Brianna Edwards having some of the best power in the Big Ten, but meanwhile, Brianna Edwards was Brianna Edwards in the opening set. 6 kills, hit over 400. The Hoosiers look to build on that. Here's Maksimova. Great dig that time from Cieslik. And Maksimova tried to tip it wide and puts it out of play. Cieslik, yes, another kill for Kamila. We mentioned the 6 Big 10 series to start the season last weekend. Out of those, Illinois, Minnesota, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Northwestern, and Ohio State, all with sweeps. And the victims were, these two teams are here, Indiana and Rutgers, along with Purdue, Michigan State, Maryland, and Iowa. So just about as you'd expect things to go in the first weekend, as Cieslik adds another ace. And another timeout. Steve Ayer not happy with his team here. A couple of aces for Rutgers. They're starting to run away with this second set. A 7-point advantage here in the middle of this on Big 10 Network Plus. Serving have been on display here in this second set. Rutgers with 3 aces in the second frame. One of those most recently from Cieslik. That prompted the Steve Ayer timeout. Indiana trying to get back to the basics. They send that one long, and things have kind of just gotten out of a disarray here for Indiana. Steve Ayer going to challenge that one, though. We've got our first challenge here in this match, and see Steve Ayer there. He thinks he's got a good chance to win that. We're starting the year at number 9. Purdue, a couple of tough losses last weekend. However, they find themselves at 13, and Michigan as well, kicking off their season this weekend. They start the season at number 21 in the country. Waiting for the decision here on this one as you take a look at Caitlin Schweihofer. Caitlin Schweihofer, who said this team is going to bring effort every single set of every single match this year, but they're also going to have fun while doing so. And they've got another block. And they're fired up. McNamara and Maksimova, the 2 M's. Scarlet Knights are in complete control of this set here. And it was in stunning fashion as they took a set off of Minnesota. But they've got a set here, and it comes with a block from McNamara. Rutgers won just 4 sets at home last year, 1 against Maryland, 3 in the win against Northwestern. They've got one here in the home opener against Indiana. And strap in, folks, we are set for a battle here in the barn. Rutgers and the Hoosiers of this freshman volleyball class for Steve Ayer. Talked about her dad, Bob, who was a former UNLV quarterback. Her grandfather, Tom Weisner, in the University of Wisconsin Hall of Fame. Brother Stiles is also a quarterback. Her sister, Zan Stockham, hoping to follow in her footsteps in volleyball. And Cieslik getting back to business, her 6th kill. It's been a heavy dose of those 3 front women for Rutgers, Kojadinovic, Maksimova, and Cieslik. Together they've combined for 62 of Rutgers' 78 attacks. And they've all got 6 kills. From the back row that time, Brianna Edwards. We go to junior from Gubinski, Russia. Came here as a freshman. You can immediately see, and she had played at an extremely high level before coming to New Jersey. Might be seeing her play for the Russian national team at the Olympics in the next few years. All still in play. Nice job from Indiana just to get it back. Kojadinovic, though, makes them pay. Flushes one through the alley. Beka with 7 kills. Rutgers as a team here with their best hitting percentage in a set of this match, 278. They've only committed 2 errors. Stockham almost found the open space in the middle. Painter laying out for that one, and then Cieslik puts it home. And Rutgers' ability to quickly turn defense into offense at this pace, we have not seen this over the last few years. Seeing an immediate difference here in the way the Scarlet Knights are going about their business. And blocked back, Kojadinovic and McNamara. Heard that combo a couple of times already today. Steve Aird needs another timeout. Another 4-0 run for Rutgers. They've claimed 11 of the last 13. And Indiana's got some work to do. Of highly acclaimed recruiting classes. He also was an assistant coach at Penn State. Former player at Penn State himself. Guy that's got volleyball in his blood. I think the folks at Indiana certainly have a ton of trust in Steve Aird and the future of this program. They've fallen behind the 8 ball here in this third set. And McNamara is chipping in with the kills now. Rutgers right now a very well-oiled machine here in this third set, the later stages of this third set at least. 2,000 fans per match inside Wilkinson Hall. And a block though on the other end from Rutgers. McNamara and Kojadinovic again. Stockham. Painter had to punch it. Free ball. Rutgers putting bodies on the floor. It's not enough though. Tommy Stockham picking her spots well here. Hoosiers back within 3. Cieslik, as we're going back and forth here in this pivotal third set. That one just long. That was tremendous discipline that time by Brianna Edwards. Continues to get brighter and brighter. There she is again. That one sent back. Another opportunity. Sent back again. Try a different avenue. Rutgers sending everything home here. Lico lays out. This has been an onslaught from Indiana, and Rutgers is not saying die until they finally do. It is a heavy, heavy dose of Brianna Edwards, and Steve Aird knows what is on the line right now. He understands how crucial the opening portion of this fourth set is, and he has relied on his best player, Brianna Edwards, who has already logged 51 attacks in this match. She's 1 shy of 20 kills. She will take a quick break as she heads over to the bench. And they're going to need her for the rest of this set, and if it goes to 1, the 5th. Cieslik answers the mini Hoosier run. 9 kills and 6 digs for Kamila Cieslik. long. Indiana was hitting just under 450 as a team. That's their second error of the frame, though. They're only hitting 129 as a team right now. It's been a stifling Rutgers defense. Scarlet Knights themselves just under 200. Too much that time, though, from Tommy Stockham. She's in double digits now, 10 kills. And Cieslik with another one. Pulls Rutgers within 2 here. And Geddes missing the mark that time through the power alley. Geddes started with 6 kills in 2 hours. Since then, she's committed 4 consecutive errors. The Hoosiers trying to send it to a 5th. Big surfer, Savannah Colgate. Cieslik notches another. She's got a dozen. And we mentioned Kamila Cieslik after she was the lead producer as a freshman on this Rutgers team 4 years ago. Through the first 2 matches had already seen the production similar to her freshman season, and now the senior continuing to step up here to start this 2021 campaign. Maksimova, she was very sure that there was a deflection. The officials say there wasn't, and now it's going to be Caitlin Schweihofer who is going to issue the green challenge card here. So we will have another look at this one. From up here, it did look like there was a deflection, but again, they're going to go to replay here to settle this one. A very crucial call coming up. Again, right here. Iowa, Purdue, Minnesota, Maryland, and Northwestern Nebraska. Again, the matchup, the all-Michigan matchup in Ann Arbor, Michigan State, I believe is going to be postponed. That's what it says on the Big 10 website. And with COVID protocols and the unknowns of everyday collegiate athletics life, always something to monitor. It looks like Michigan, the Wolverines season, will have to be delayed by at least another couple of days. As we await the call here in this one, it is the Rutgers Scarlet Knights in their 7th year in the Big 10, just 3 program wins in the conference. And now he's going to go back over to the scores judge, and he's going to say that the call once again stands. So neither coach has won a challenge here today. So it will be an error by Maksimova, and the call will stand from the first ever win over Indiana in her home debut as the Rutgers head coach. Just missed Belico, and it landed an inch wide. Rutgers 5-match points for their first win in program history against the Indiana Hoosiers, and just their 4th win ever since joining the Big 10. Caitlin Schweihofer, somebody who grew up with a single mom, she said she's been battling adversity her whole life. This Rutgers program has battled adversity since joining the Big 10 done it yet. Brianna Edwards with her 20th kill. Gives Indiana another breath. And even though this is one of the youngest Indiana teams in recent memory, it is still a program that is extremely bright under Steve Ayres, so this would be a very big achievement for Rutgers nonetheless. And that's how they'll do it. Not the most glorious of fashions, but Kaylin Schweihofer has her first win as Rutgers head coach, and it's the first time the Scarlet Knights have ever defeated Indiana. It's the 4th ever win in the Big Ten for Rutgers. They upset the Indiana Hoosiers in 4 sets. And Kaylin Schweihofer, she said she was committed to turning this program around, and boy, that is a gigantic first step to doing so. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights upend the Indiana Hoosiers after dropping the first set. They win the final 3, 25-17, 25-19, and 25-20. And that is a program-building win for Kaylin Schweihofer and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. She talked about how one of the big pillars of coaching is family. She said we were going to celebrate as a team. This team was going to become a family. She's got her husband on the staff. She said her daughter is around trying to make this program as best it can be. And this is an accomplishment for head coach Kaylin Schweihofer, her husband Scott, the other assistant coaches Robbie Belvin and Steve Santanastasso. And it is another huge step in the history of Rutgers volleyball. First time ever they beat Indiana for the first time in 13 tries. The Scarlet Knights in the home opener here in the barn in the spring of 2021. They get it done in 4 sets. And they've got a chance to make it even sweeter tomorrow. We'll be right back here, 2 o'clock on Big 10 Network Plus for our entire crew, including our producer Mark D'Agostino. I'm Pat Boyle saying thanks so much for joining us. The Rutgers alums can celebrate this one, and they've got a chance to make it another win tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock. We'll see you then. Until then, Rutgers, first time ever, they beat Indiana here in 4 sets inside the barn. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon on Big